Hello and thanks for joining me for some more X4 Foundations, where we are building up a trade corporation the lazy way. And by that I mean we're doing the least amount of personal piloting as possible. So today we are going to be buying a couple of ships, and we're going to be training up some service crew for those ships. I'm going to show you an easy and quick way to get a whole bunch of specialist service crew really easy and quickly. I'm just going to go to my office where we can control setter and all that stuff. Okay, alright. So one of the downfalls of being a lazy CEO who does nothing but sit around in his office is you get shit like this happening, where the Xenon are absolutely just kicking the shit out of this whole sector. It's actually contested at the moment, so this provides both a problem and an opportunity. So we might be able to claim this sector for ourselves if we can manage it. And you can see the the Talati getting their ass kicked. The Ativa guys are getting their asses kicked. The Argon are getting their asses kicked. Now, you see these guys because I've got that satellite there. What you can't see up here, because I don't have a satellite here, and I did have maybe about 50 laser towers around here, they're all gone. This whole area is absolutely teeming. Anything that comes out of any of these gates here instantly is just shark bait, and these guys are all coming from up here. Okay, now I did the scientific start, which automatically put this satellite here. I haven't been in there to do that, but you can see like there's tons of them, and they're all just coming through here and coming down here and throttling this sector. And my guys here, they want to go up here and down through there, so I've had to blacklist this sector so that they go the other way and come up through this way, because it's not quite so bad down this end. But okay, so moving along, we are going to buy a couple of ships. So I am just going to get myself a couple of Hyperions. Whoops. Not for any particular reason other than we didn't have Hyperions the last time I played this before this playthrough, which was last time I played was ages ago, and I quite like them. So alright, so I've got a setting here which is basically just the high preset with okay, no drones. We're making our own drones, filling full of laser towers, and we've got 106 Marines. That's it. Alright, so we are going to add that to our shopping list. We're going to grab 2 of them for now. Let them build. They're going to take a little while. Alright, so what we're going to need for this this method of training is you are going to need a construction ship. I'm using the Hercules. Doesn't matter which one you use. One that holds a lot of crew is going to be good. So this one holds 220. It's maybe not the best builder. The reason I'm using it, I grabbed it earlier on in the series. Get it over here from the pyramid here. That one. Okay, wasn't that one. We didn't get it. Okay, that's not. That's yeah. We got this one from the Alliance. Okay, it's possibly not the best one, but it is the cheapest one. Yeah, once you put a loadout on it, I mean, you don't need lots of stuff on it, just the minimum. Well, I suppose you might want to put shields on it, but you know, it's going to cost a bit more than 6.5. You put like a high preset on it. Let me see, you're looking at about 23 mil, but it's going to be one of your cheapest ones, and I mean 20 mil is pretty easy to get when you've got a setup like this where we're using we've got our Hyperion and we've got our Odysseus over here collecting drops, and we've got a few stations making money. So you will need yourself a builder. I'm going to, let's have a look over here. Get some crew over here. Let's sort these guys by captains and click the skill here. This guy, so Theseus, Elite, and PE1. Alright, so my Theseus is over here. I'm going to bring him over here. Our Elite Vanguard can come over here. Alright, PE1 can come over here. And okay, so we're waiting for these guys to build. So let's have a look at this guy. He's currently got 118 able crewmen and 101 specialists. Okay, let's go into our headquarters. Into plan mode. Don't have to do it on your headquarters, it could be any station at all. And what I'm going to do here is just going to grab this cross section over here. I'm going to spin it around so we can plonk it on there. I'm just going to copy that a few times. Doesn't really matter what configuration you put it in. I'm just using these because they're cheap and they're quick to build. So and you can just do one or two. Let's that'll do. Alright, so let's confirm that. Already got some energy cells here. I have an internal setting here. We have all of this stuff on our station as it is. Okay. I'm going to close out of there for a moment. Let me just see here. Just going to get setter going over here. Okay, so this guy's finished. I'm going to rename this guy to A. I'll put an A so that he's going to appear at the top of my list here. And this will be Hyperion number 3. You can come up here. And this guy we're waiting to build. Okay, he's done. So we're going to rename this guy a number 4. And you can come up here as well. Alright, now my elite vanguard is here. So I'm just gonna transfer crew over here. And just gonna exchange captains. You don't need to do this. You can do it with a shit captain, but I'm gonna be using this guy later on in the Xenon infested sector, so I want him to have a decent captain, so we'll swap captains with our elite vanguard over there and send him on his way. Alright, so we can select this guy and we can tell him to build. Alternatively, through the build section here, we can alright, bugger off, mate. I'm trying to click buttons down here. Okay, we can go assign a builder here, and there he is there. We can select him here or up here. Select him. Okay, and he'll get started on that. It'll take him a minute because he's got to position himself. And let's just have a look in here. Not in there, in here. Alright, so, yep, we have our stations internally transferred. Everything that we need over there to build that takes bugger all to do, so it's pretty cheap. Alright, so these guys have arrived. So let's have a look at these guys. Alright, let's take these guys off of Marines and turn them into service crew. Confirm that they are all 0-star service crew. Okay. Alright, so let's do the same with this guy here. Okay, take them off as Marines. Turn them into service crew. And they're all 0-star service crew. Okay, now our modules up here are being built. There's a couple that are already part of this. But the ones with the lines are the ones that's built. The ones that have blank spaces need to be built. And this is the current one that's being built. So we'll let that build. Now let me just see here. Okay, that's our Theseus. Alright. You can transfer your captain. Alright. Yeah, we're still waiting on my PE. Alright, so let's unpause that. And you can get on your way. Alright, so still got a couple to build there. Okay. What you're doing, but remove your orders and get your ass over here, please. All right, let's have a look here. Okay, so these are all built, and I want to pause it at the end because I don't want him to disengage from the build. But let's have a look at him now. let's have a look in here. Okay, so now he's got 109 specialists. So we are going to go to our Hyperion number 3 here. And well, have him selected, right click on there on our Hyperion 3, transfer crew. Give him 106 of these 0-star apprentices, and we'll take 106 specialists. Confirm that. And we go back into our station building now. Alright, we're going to select this one where it's connected, and we're just going to grab one of these circles and give it a bit of a spin. That's going to make them all deconstruct and get rebuilt. Now the reason we paused is to keep him engaged, because if we let him sort of finish and disengage, then it takes him another minute or two to get back into position again. So we can close that out. We'll unpause it now, and these guys here. Okay, so now we have a full crew of, oh, they're able. All right, fuck up. No, that's the wrong ship. Alright, our Hyperion 3, this is the one that we just gave crew to. Alright, so yep, full contingency of specialist service crew. Okay, so I'm going to send you over here, and let's give you some drones. And then I'm going to send him up here. I'm going to swap out your shield for the Talati one. It's just a little bit better, and it's a straight swap. So confirm that. Back to our station. Alright, is there PE here? Where is he? Okay, there he is. Okay, so you can trade your captains across. Let's confirm that. And you can go back to work. Okay, let's unpause that.
Found something out here.
Yeah, we can't pick that up, so just ignore it. Let's put our setter back on. Alright, so
awaiting orders.
Wait for this one to get done. Wait for it to turn into a line. We'll pause that. Okay, we can set in now. Alright, so let's have a look now. So we had 106 apprentices over on here. And now we've got one apprentice left. They're all able crewmen and 10 specialists. Okay, so we are just going to rinse and repeat this. Grab that. Just going to give it a little spin so everything's readjusted. Confirm, so they're going to get unbuilt and rebuilt again. close that up, unpause it. Getting building those. So this is probably one of the quickest and easiest ways to train up a whole bunch of service crew. And I have gone over how to get your hands on the Hyperion if you don't do the Hyperion start. Show you how to use that Hyperion to make a bunch of money and to get all the stuff that you need to research SETA and to get the second, the modded Hyperion, which is, I've renamed the Trinity because that was its original name. If you don't have the Hyperion expansion, you could use the Odysseus, the free Odysseus. So I'll show you how to get that earlier on in the series. So there will be a link in the description below for the full playlist, so check that out. Now we're almost done building this lot. Let's just here. Okay, he's finished getting his shield upgrade. I'm just gonna get him trading for the headquarters for the time being while I'm not using him for anything else. Okay, so that's done. So let's have a look now. All right, there we go. 24 specialists and the rest are able crewmen. So once again, rinse and repeat. Grab the one that's connected, give him a little adjustment, confirm that, unpause it, and it's just waiting for the other ones to deconstruct. There he goes. So I'm going to do a few more of these ships and get them all kitted out with half decent pilots and a bunch of good service crew, and then we're going to go into this sector and see if we can start sort of cleaning up this mess that's. I mean, look at this poor guy. Can't even get in there. We've got capital ships going on. They've got defense stations. They're yep, they are wreaking havoc in there. Something shocking. So we're going to need more than ships in there. So in the next episode, we're going to probably be building a defense station or something in there. Let's check these guys. I'm gonna watch these miners. Sometimes they pick some stuff up that they're not supposed to. So just gonna make sure they deposit that stuff in case they get scanned. This guy's fine. He's on repeat orders to collect and deposit. These guys are collecting on repeat orders, so they're fine. Let's go back up here. Okay, that's all done. Okay, have a look in in here now. Give me that. Alright. Collapse all that. We don't need any of that. Give me this. Give me your information, mate. Okay. So. 47 specialists now. So we can rinse and repeat that until they're all specialists. Confirm that. Close the menu. Unpause it. And we can watch it in here as well. We watch in here. Yep, all those just finished deconstructing. It is not costing any extra resources either. It's just using the resources from the ones that it deconstructed. You've got some refined metals. You can sell those to the lost and found. There. Confirm that. Okay, all fine. Alright. Couple more to go. Alright, the last one there. Okay, let's have a look now. Yeah, we've got 85 specialists, 134 able crewmen. A lot of them pretty close to becoming specialists. So we just rinse and repeat again. Nice and easy. Unpause it. This definitely takes a lot longer if you don't have setter. Cops are pretty busy over here. So these two guys here are just on repeat orders to bring
Awaiting orders.
Quatronics and hull parts across from our recycling station to our headquarters. Just little bits at a time. Alright. So, let that guy finish up. What I might do, let's go over to these guys that are on repeat orders to collect stuff. Just going to teleport over there.
Entering system. Second contact.
Can I help?
Grab their stuff off them. So this is the inventory items, not the not cargo. And this guy here as well. So I've explained all this a number of times in the series.
Can I help?
So grab all that. Let's go back to our headquarters now.
Entering system. Grand exchange.
Let's go to the old coffee machine and pick up the stuff that's been deposited. So all of that stuff. I suppose we could have just used the one in our office. Oops, that's not my office. Alright, let's go grab a seat so that we can put setter back on. These guys are almost done here. Let's grab some cash. All these stations are all self-funded. They don't need money to operate. So we can take the whole lot of that. Alright, he's on the last one now. Okay. Alright, 122 specialists. So let's transfer crew here. Can have 106 of those guys. Yeah, we'll take 106 of the specialists. And we can just rinse and repeat this as many times as we want. Let's shrink all that up. Okay, so you can see this little plus sign. It's the crew transferring across. They are done. So there we go. We have got 2 Hyperions full of specialist crew. And that barely took half an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a few more Hyperions and kit them out with specialist crew, but I'll do that off camera. So that is going to do it for this episode. If you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like or a comment down below. And if you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.